Rupert Neve is the man credited for creating the modern mixing console. In 1961, he formed Neve Electronics, and by 1964, he built a transistor-based mixing console with an inline equalizer, which set the standard for large format mixing consoles everywhere. 10 years later, the Neve company was sold to Siemens Corporation in Austria and formed AMS Neve. Many of the original Neve staff made the move and continued to work at AMS Neve. AMS Neve now hold the intellectual property rights to all products designed by Rupert Neve during his early years. So it is noteworthy to say that Rupert has no connection with AMS Neve. But it's within this new context that the Neve 88RS was born, because in 2001, this was considered the finest analog console ever made. Renowned for clarity, depth, and airness, it encompasses all the best of Neve designs that came before it. The Neve 88 series consoles are found in some of the world's finest recording studios and scoring stages, including Skywalker Ranch, Capitol, Abbey Road, and United Ocean Way Recording. So by 2015, Universal Audio set to release the new and improved Neve 88RS channel strip collection. Universal Audio embarked on modeling the 88RS console from Skywalker Sound. And due to Universal Audio's Unison technology, the Neve 88RS channel strip gives you the mic line preamp impedance, gain stage, and circuit behaviors that made this great console a benchmark in the industry. Apart from being a fully featured channel strip, the plugin also captures the nonlinear behaviors of the original console, including the post-fader output amplifier. Input select enables you to switch between mic and line level. So you can send line level signals through the virtual mic input for use of creative distortion and color signals. And by using it as a Unison insert with Apollo's console application, you can take advantage of the auto impedance select. The line gain has a range of plus and minus 15 dB. You can increase the input gain by rotating the knob clockwise, and the mic gain has a range of plus 20 dB to plus 70 dB. When you overload the microphone input, the overload LED indicates when the signal is clipping, and this models the behavior of the analog preamp. With polarity, you can invert the polarity of the input signal, and using the pad button engages minus 20 dB, where the input is attenuated. However, this is only available when using the mic input. Below the input stage, you have the cut filters, and these are 12 dB per octave cut filters. Simply click on the pull button so that it's indicated red, and the filter is on. Next up is the dynamic section, and this consists of a gate expander and a limiter compressor. The standard gate controls, such as threshold and release, are there, with a broad range settings including range, hysteresis, and expander. You can also click on the LED to pull these knobs up. The minus 40 dB switch increases the sensitivity of the gate expander by lowering the range. So if you're adjusting the threshold and the expander is not kicking in, then you want to use the minus 40 dB. You can also engage the fast mode to increase the attack time. This is useful for percussive sources where you have fast transients. And then you can feed the EQ into the sidechain. So this takes the signal output from the EQ module and inserts it directly into the dynamics module. The limit compress section also has standard threshold and release controls. But you can switch from a soft knee to a hard knee, adjust the sensitivity of the threshold, and then enable a fast attack. Then you have the release knob with the auto setting by clicking on the auto button. And this is a program-dependent release, similar as what we saw on the 33609. Then you have the EQ section, which is the heart of the console. This can be engaged. It can also be set before the dynamics by pressing P-Dyne. And with the EQ, you have a high band, mid-high, mid-low, and low band. And pretty similar to the Neve 1081 module, the high band can be set to shelf, or it can be set to curve. But this also features a high Q with a narrower curve. Then you have the mid-high with frequency selection and gain, as well as an adjustable Q. Same thing for the mid-low, and then you have the low band. The global controls can be found on the top right, and this reflects a GE meter, which reflects gate expander, LC meter for limit compress module, and VU meter, which displays the signal level at the output stage of the plugin. With the level fader, you can boost or attenuate the signal. That means you can crank it up or turn it down. And the circuitry of the actual 88RS console fader was modeled for this. So with the right amount of output, if you crank this up high, you'll get clipping, just as you would on the original hardware. Then you have your output, which is a digital trim. And this does not color the sound or affect the sonic characteristics of the signal. Lastly, you have the red power switch, which, as we saw on the 33609, disables the plugin. So in the next video, let's listen to some examples using the 88RS and hear what the hype is all about. I'll see you then.